Oh, they got magazines.
Yeah, try to. While they're waiting.
And there's an X-Men 50 over there.
Oh boy,
For 350.
really?
Yeah. And he's got a giant size. Like, he's from California. So it's like, you have a shop? And he's like, in California. It's like, do you have an online store? And he's like, no. It's like, damn. I want to buy stuff. That's Creature Commando.
I know, I want that. That's in the back of my mind.
What is that? 89? I might have it. What number is it? Yeah, I have it.
89?
Yep.
All right, maybe
I have
we'll
it
make
as
a
a
deal
6-0.
on that.
Yeah.
I got a Star Wars you need.
I need 40 and 94. Those are the
I
two.
got that. Yeah, very nice.
All complete now.
Very good.
94 to 400. Now the hard part. It's an older case.
Yeah.
But I never got it pressed or cleaned, so I think it would go. I think it could get up to a 98 if it was pressed and cleaned.
You never know what they're looking at. Because they won't give you a note on a 9.6 and say why it's not a 9.8.
Exactly. That's the
bullshit,
thing. So,
because if it's not a 9.8, why can't they tell you why it's not? Yeah, but they look at it, and then they'll be like, my guess is they didn't like the page alignment. But then, there'll be you'll see a 9.8 that looks exactly the same. And, again, it's not a grading robot, it's people doing this.
yeah. It's part of the reason I don't get a lot of my books graded anymore, just because it seems kind of arbitrary and random.
Yeah, I'll send it to them and see.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let me send it.
Yeah, this one too. I don't know if you're interested in that.
Got a couple in that shape right now. All right. Well, like I say, if I hear back from them, I'll flag you down.
Okay.
If somebody else takes it, that's fine. I'm not making
no,
enough money on this to care.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm just looking at a big book, and something to fill my collection and trade. So. Any orders? Sean, how you doing? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Gonna dive in.
I told mine somewhere. I forget where I dashed it, but somewhere.
Whatever you do.
How you doing? Not too bad. What are you guys up to? Usually here unless something else comes up.
Yeah,
So what have you been up to?
nothing much. Just life.
That's exactly how I feel. Just keeps going, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. What are you guys looking for today?
Yeah.
Based on what I saw, so good to know that that was
Yeah,
right.
we had a good time. I know that there were some other ones, and I want to say one of the ones, I think they had the garage, and then I know Hall of Justice was really big on it too, so, free comics book day.
Oh, yeah, no, there was, John and I ended up doing a call. We didn't get all the way up to you guys, and we should have.
Yeah, you missed out on the Batmobile and some circus performers.
Yeah.
We had, I think we had 3 artists in-house, so it was a good time.
Yeah.
Good time. Yeah, we're enjoying our new space though. It's been really fun.
Look at your dark.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff. Welcome to Outer Worlds Comics. Glad you can join me. Hit like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Hey, so I had an exciting weekend last weekend. I attended the Rocky Mountain Con, which is Colorado's, I would say, preeminent local comic book convention. I went to this one. They do one in the spring and then one in the fall. I went to one in the fall, which was the first con of any kind I had ever been to buy comic books. And this is like, I think, kind of the one that is nothing but comic books. They have the one in the fall, like I said, where they maybe have a little bit more toys, things like that. This one is pretty much, from what I saw, strictly comic books. You'll see it in the video. It was awesome. So I know I've gotten to know several of the dealers. I met some new dealers, and so I mean, I just had a blast. I met up with my buddy Joe, who I've met met him at the comic book store that I go to. So he and I become friends, and which is really fun, having a comic book friend. I have several comic book friends now, but Joe seems to be the guy that we went, met at his house. We went and had breakfast, did the whole thing. It was super fun, showing off books to each other. He was hipping me to some spots where I was needing to focus my attention. It was really fun. As a matter of fact, when I went to his house, he gifted me a couple of really cool things. He got me a Department of Truth Volume 5 trade paperback. I've already put it in there. But he gifted me this, which is amazing. It's The Immortal Hulk by Alex Ross. And it's a bunch of posters, I think, like kind of from gathering. It looks like several of the covers, maybe some of the variant covers. I know I have several of these covers. So it's a bunch of Alex Ross painted covers, and it's a poster book. So this thing is incredible. He showed me some of this because I think he has another copy, which is why he gifted me this. And it's just so cool. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I would say I very likely will open this and take the posters out and ultimately get them framed to go with all my other frame stuff around my basement. So that was really cool. Thank you, Joe. Otherwise, what's one quick thing I want to point out? Before I get into showing off the books, I do want to talk about one thing. So just hang tight. I'm going to grab something. So I'll edit real quick, then I'm going to go do that and then come back. All right. So when I was, for whatever reason, this thing wasn't even on my radar until like a week before. They could do a better job of advertising this event. But anyway, it finally came into my radar, got on my radar. And really, like a couple days before, I just really started paying attention to the listing and kind of like, in the pamphlet or whatever, as far as what was any kind of extra details. And lo and behold, I noticed that the co-creator of the West Coast Avengers, Bob Hall, was going to be there and selling artwork and going to be signing. So I have never, I have had some artists sign things at the Hall of Justice when I go there, but I've never had like, an artist or a creator or anything like that I'm a fan of, or of a title that I'm a fan of, that works on a title that I'm a fan of. I've never gotten anything signed. So first thing I did when I went in, right when you walked in, you see Bob sitting there, is I approached him and just let him know I'm a huge fan of West Coast Avengers, and I was really excited to meet him. And we had a really nice talk. He was embarrassed to say that he really doesn't really deserve any true credit for, or co-credit for West Coast Avengers. That it was really Roger Stern who was the creator of West Coast Avengers. But either way, Bob did the art for the first 1 through 4 limited 4-issue limited series. So I brought my copy that has been in my collection for many years now, and it's still holding up pretty good. I mean, it's not a 9.8, but I don't really care. I had Bob sign this has been in my collection for many years now, and I'm really excited about it. And just to be able to talk to him about ask him some questions about the run, about the series, and his thoughts and things like that. So that was really cool. And then he was selling some artwork. He was drawing things right there on the spot. I didn't end up getting something like that, but he had these kind of different poster boards, prints that he did. And so I picked up this awesome West Coast Avengers. I just love this thing, man. It's like old school, cool. He signed it right there. And funny enough, I had this done on Saturday, so it's Saturday and Sunday. I went on Saturday, got this done, and I was walking out. The last thing I did was get this done. Well, we got to talking, he and I, and then I just walked away. I had this in my hand and walked away and didn't pay him. We just both were just yucking it up, and next thing you know, I'm halfway home, and I'm like, holy cow, I didn't pay Bob Hall. So I was like, I guess I got to go back, which is what I did. I ended up playing golf down on Sunday morning that was close to the spot. So I decided I'm just going to go back into the comic book convention, Rocky Mountain Con, and make sure I pay Bob Hall, which I did. He was really tickled that he forgot. He didn't even realize I didn't pay him. But he thought that was really nice, obviously. But I'm not trying to be nice. I'm just trying to do the right thing. And it was just my mistake. I was so caught up into talking to him. So anyway, so those were really two cool things. That kind of kicked things off. But you know what? Let's just get right into it. I've got a lot of books, so let's make sure this video doesn't go forever, because I was told in a comment in my last video that I talk entirely too much. And that I would agree with. Totally agree with. I do talk too much. So I am going to not talk too much starting right now. All right. So first off, real quick, this is my second Comic-Con ever. So my plan was to not spend a lot of money because I'm going to HeroesCon in a couple weeks. So when I went on Saturday, I definitely did not stick to my budget, went a bit over. But I didn't even hit the whole thing. There was a couple of people that had just some. I always go to my guy Randy, who is one of the guys that works at Hall of Justice Comics. He always has great books. He just sells privately at this con twice a year. That's the only time he sells. And then there was this guy from California that just had a ridiculous collection of underground stuff. His whole collection was insane. He had unbelievable comics, all superhero, underground, you name it, magazines. Anyway, so when I went back on Sunday, some of the people had like 50% off, dollar comics, all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of what I did on Sunday. Anyway, let's just get into it because I got a lot of comics and I'm not going to ramble. So we got Weird Mystery number 15. Now, you're going to see some weird mysteries and some weird war tales. A big chunk of those that I got at 50% off. So most of them ended up being like $3 a piece. Now not all of them were, some of them were mid-grade, maybe even tending lower mid-grade, but either way, for $3 all day long. So we got a weird mystery tales number 15. Weird mystery tales number 16. And then we get into the weird war tales. Now this one I know I paid, this was not a 50% because that is in beautiful condition. Weird War Tales number 18. Awesome book. And then we have a Weird War Tales number 20. Now this one actually might have been $3. This one I think I actually paid over $3. I can actually remember some of this stuff. So Weird War Tales number 22. It's in really nice condition. Weird War Tales number 25. I think that was a $3 one. Weird War Tales number 27. Weird War Tales number 28. I actually think I paid $3 for this one, and it's in beautiful condition with that black cover. Just has this kind of thing, maybe a little tick there, but overall, fantastic shape. That was a deal. Weird War Tales number 35. Weird War Tales number 41. Weird War Tales number 67. Might have messed up my order here. Nope, I didn't. Weird War Tales number 77. Cover, a little great cover. A skull on there. Love this cover too. Weird War Tales number 94. It's got a dinosaur. It's got this woman in distress here. Kind of a little bondage thing. It's got dinosaurs, bondage, and skulls. And a tank. I mean, it's kind of got everything. And a little dragon up there. That's crazy. All right, then we get some Witching Hour. Witching Hour number 40. Very cool cover. Witching Hour number 47. Witching Hour number 53. Witching Hour number 55. So I got another Witching Hour. Some skeletons on there. We got a couple more Witching Hour. I did good. I did, starting out here, as you can tell, I did good on my horror. I collect Witching Hour run, and I work on this Weird War Tales run is somewhat of a recent process for me. I ended up realizing I just had several of them, buying collections or maybe a whatnot scoop. So I guess I'm collecting it. I do really like it. It's cool. But anyway, yeah. So Witching Hour number 56 and Witching Hour number 60. So a lot of those, man, I got for $3, more than half of them, which is a great deal in my opinion. I'll move those down out of the way. All right, so then we got a Werewolf by Night number 4. That's pretty cool. Straighten that out there. Working on that Werewolf by Night run. This is cool. A Legion of Monsters Werewolf by Night. Can't tell if that's straight in the camera. Oh well. Legion of Monsters Werewolf by Night. I collect Werewolf by Night any era, so I'm collecting the current run as well, which is great. Just love werewolves. That's a killer cover. I love this cover. This was amazing. This is a Fighting Marines number 117. I'm in no way like Nazis, by the way, just to make that clear. Hopefully I didn't need to say that, but just to be clear, I don't like it. But the World War II covers, I do like any kind of the World War II stuff. And so yeah, I'm a big World War II history buff. So the imagery is striking, but really interesting cover. And I'm starting to really love these Charlton war books. So that was cool. We got a Johnny Quest number 3, which has got a little Dave Stevens cover right there. Very cool. Definitely slowly working on the Star Wars run, but I needed this one. It's in nice shape. Number 38. It's got a signature on it too. I didn't notice until I got home. I collect a lot of Thanos books. Anything Thanos, I like the character. So we got a Thanos #1 variant edition. Very nice cover. And I completed my Cable Deadpool run. I only needed 3 issues, I think. So we got number 41. We got number 42. And we got the last issue, I think, which is an awesome Scotty Young cover, I believe. I think the other 2 that I just showed were Scotty Young covers, but I'm pretty sure this is Scotty Young cover, guys. And we'll correct myself on the screen if not, but I believe it is. And that's such a killer cover. Now, you know, I think I've probably admitted this before, but I'll collect these runs like this, Cable Deadpool run, and I haven't actually read it because I like to complete the run and then read it from the beginning. So I know I was close on this one, so I was really happy to grab these. And that's a nice shape. That's a great book, great cover. And all right, so these I picked up from my guy Randy and just filled some holes in the mid 100s on my X-Men run. So I got X-Men 154, got X-Men 155, got X-Men 161. I did stay focused. I told Joe I was gonna stick to a budget, in which I failed that. But I did tell him I was going specifically to fill some of my runs, and that's what I mainly did stick to. Uncanny X-Men 168, and then I got this awesome cover that I did not have somehow. So X-Men 268 Jim Lee cover. That's just excuse me. That's such a great cover. Love it so much. So happy to grab that. And then I did pick up from Randy some Howard the Ducks that I needed. Howard the Duck number 6. Howard the Duck number 7. And I got the first cameo appearance of Kiss in issue number 12. It's kind of towards the back and they just kind of pop out. So it's pretty cool. 13, I think, is the first full appearance. Now, the Underground comic guy that I was mentioning had the most unbelievable collection. You saw him in the beginning of the video. There's this huge wall of just banger after banger comic. It was insane. And he had an Underground collection like I have never seen. It was like multi boxes of it, stuff I've never seen. And he had magazines that were tons of Underground magazines, and I mean magazines out the wazoo. I had to really step away from this guy a spot because it was just too much. I would have gone overboard. But I will point out real quick from my guy Randy, I did pick this up. Marvel Super Special number 24. It's the Dark Crystal, which I love the Dark Crystal. So I was happy to grab that. That's very cool. But from the Underground guy, I got this is Heavy Metal number 2. I need number 1, and I think like 1 through 20, I'm very close to completing it. It's not in perfect condition, but that's okay. I'm not paying the top dollar for the mint, although I probably would, but I wasn't interested at the moment. So it's a fine plus is what he says here. It's a nice fine plus. It just has this rub right here. It's not bad. And then I picked up some Underground stuff because I do collect Underground comics. I got, this is Weirdo number 5. Very cool cover. It's an art crumb by Last Gasp Comics. And I got number 2, which I should have grabbed number 1. I don't know why I didn't do that. In the video, you see that I pull it out, and I don't know why I didn't get it. I should have gotten it. But I got number 2, which I love this cover. It's so cool. So cool. And I worked a little deal with him. He knocked off $10, I think. I grabbed this. True Underground. It's like, small publish out of like Michigan or Massachusetts. I can't remember which one it was. I looked through it. It's weird, and it's got all kinds of like new age stuff going on in it and stories. But I love the cover. The cover is really cool. Definitely, hits that early 70s, late 60s vibe. So I thought that was really cool, and it'll be a nice addition to my Underground collection. So really happy to grab that. So let's move on to the kind of the last nice stack, and then we're going to be done. All right, so kind of go through the last 2 stacks, and these are the 2 runs I'm probably working on the hardest to complete. So I grabbed Fantastic Four number 84. It's in pretty nice condition. I got some great deals on Fantastic Four books from a couple of different dealers. One of them, which is these guys, Dark Side Comics. I'll mention them at the end of the video. But Fantastic Four number 85, Fantastic Four 106, Fantastic Four 108, pretty nice shape. Fantastic Four 111. Fantastic Four 135. Fantastic Four 139. All of these are, mid-grade to, I don't know that any of them were a 9.0 close, but probably in that 8.0 range on average, which I'm okay with that on that. From like 100 to 150, it doesn't have to be a 9.6 every time. I'm okay with getting those at like an 8.0. Even a 7.0 if I need to. Number 142. But I do want it to, like, when people go through my collection at some point, or when I sell, or whatever I end up doing, if I'm just going through it, I like to know that at some point it'll be all pretty nice condition stuff. It's just kind of in my mind. 144. A little good Doom cover right there. 157. Another little Doom on the cover. And this one I was super excited about. I have for some reason, have not been able to find Fantastic Four 250 in the wild. I'm almost done. Let's say, I can't remember off the top of my head, but let's just say at least from 170 through 300, I have every issue, except I didn't have 250. And I just haven't found it in the wild. I could have bought it off eBay, but I want to find it in the wild, and I couldn't find it. And sure enough, I finally found it. Now, on the first day I was there was a guy selling this for $40. It was outrageous. You can go on eBay, I think, and get this probably for $5 Anyway, when I went back the second day, the first guy's books I started going through, he had this. And then like 3 booths down, I started going through books, and I found another copy. But I got this copy first. And so, yeah, I think I paid $10 for it. I was okay with that. But that was a big get for me. I think it's like the kind of one of maybe the first, something to do with the first X Factor appearance. I don't know. Something like that. Fantastic Four 391. Nice classic homage there. Reprint maybe cover 391. And then I picked up this Doom cover 406. Doom is back. And I grabbed a couple of these ones. It's like Fantastic Four number 12. It's just got the Thing versus Immortal Hulk, and that's a 2-part story there. Number 13. All right, and let's get on to the Hulks. Of course, I had to grab some Hulks. Whoopsie. I had to grab my Hulks, which I did. I grabbed Hulk 132. That's in pretty nice shape too. Not too bad. Oh boy, Paladin. Paladin down for the count, guys. Paladin is down for the count. We got Hulk number 229. We got Hulk 272. A Wendigo action on there. And Sasquatch. We got Hulk 278 on the lawn of the White House. Watch out. And then I grabbed some cool covers and stuff, some variants of Immortal Hulk. I can't remember what issue this is, but it's definitely an Immortal Hulk variant. Very cool. Very cool. It almost looks like an Alex Ross, doesn't it? I don't know. And then we got another variant of Immortal Hulk number 1 that I did not have. And we have a Immortal Hulk side story, Immortal Hulk Great Power number 1. We got a Jim Rugg variant edition. I'm trying to complete this series. We got a one-shot Hulk Raging Thunder. What is that, Titana maybe? I can't remember. We've got a Marvel Tales #1 featuring the Hulk. And we got a Hulk flashback. I didn't have this. We got this killer cover of Immortal She-Hulk. That is so cool. Look at that. I don't know. I got a glare there, but very cool and bloody. And then I grabbed one of these Marvel Masterpieces by Joe Jusko. That's it. Jusko. Marvel Masterpieces #3. And so yeah, but last but not least, I'll just show off this was the most expensive book. I think I paid $60 for this. I think. But I love the character of Dr. Aphra. I've read kind of some of her I have some trade paperback of her. So very cool character, and I'm really hoping they bring her to life on Disney Plus or something like that. Seems like it would be a great series for them to do with her. But yes, this is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, a book that I definitely had been thinking about, and my guy Randy offered me a deal, so I ended up picking this up on day 2 when I went back, when I was really just buying 50% off books, dollar books. He had this, and he gave me a good deal because I had a nice stack of books that he had on sale. So I picked it up, and I'm really happy to have it. It's in very high grade, could be 9.8. So very cool. And then, of course, I've got to throw in this guy was running some Uncle Scrooge's for 50% off, and his prices were already pretty good. So I got some good deals on this, and this is in nice shape. I picked out the ones that were in the best condition because these things get beat up, man. So I'd love to have a collection of Uncle Scrooge that are mid to higher grade. Not so easily done unless you want to pay some money. But I got this at a great deal, 50% off. Love this cover. Love the kind of light blue there. And Scrooge is just baking in the sun, fanning off of some of those dollar bills. So beautiful cover. Love it. And then I got this one here. Another nice cover. Blowing some bubbles, the money sign. You know, it's got a little bit more damage, but not terrible. I'll take this mid-grade. I think I got it for $10. It was 50% off. It might have been even less. I can't remember if this one was a $15 book and I got it. I don't remember, but I got a good deal. And so when I went back, I got both of those on Saturday as I was walking out. I went back and I was like, I'm going to grab some more Scrooges off that guy. And I grabbed another one. Like, gosh darn it. I didn't realize it, but I got the dang same book. And it's just in a little worse condition. What are you going to do? I'll probably just flip this somehow. But yeah, I have a second copy of this one. So there you go. That's my haul from the Rocky Mountain Con. So there you go, guys. That was my pickups from Rocky Mountain Con. I know it's a lot of books. I tried to be fast about it so I don't go endlessly on as I tend to do. But filled some runs up pretty nicely on Hulk, Fantastic Four, got some horror stuff. I really had all the things that I like. Got a little underground. So it kind of tapped into all the things that I'm collecting right now. So it was a really exciting, and I got to meet Bob Hall and have him autograph some stuff. It was a fantastic 2 days, really nice event. Could maybe advertise a little bit better. I felt like turnout on Saturday wasn't bad, but plenty of room to look through books. That's for dang sure. Oh, and by the way, I want to shout out, there was a guy named, I think his name was like Shimmy or Shimmy or something like that. I'm sorry, man, if you're watching this. I think you said you, anyway, sorry if I'm getting your name wrong. But I was looking through some books, and a guy said, hey, are you Jeff from Outer Worlds Comics? Do you have a YouTube channel? Something like that. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. That was really cool. And he was a really nice guy. And so I could see him being a guy in the community. I told him to come to group that our Friday hangs with comic book guys. So hopefully he shows up to that. But that was really cool. Never had that happen to me before. So cool. I know that there's somebody out there watching in Colorado. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. And of course, got to hang out with my buddy Joe. Super fun. In my video I showed, he got a big book that he was looking for. First appearance of Gambit. So that was cool. I was happy for him. What else? I'll shout out. Bought some books. I bought a couple Fantastic Fours off of this married couple that have just kind of gotten into being dealers, comic book dealers. So they're just getting started. I think this was the first time they'd ever done a kind of set up a table. And so they're called Dark Side Comics. And you should check them out. I know they're on Instagram because I'm following them now. So give them a follow on Instagram. They're out there hustling, trying to make a go of being dealers. So good luck to those guys. I can't remember their names. I'm sorry. Totally blanking. I should have researched it. I'm not good at that, guys. But they were really cool, and it was nice meeting them. And I'm sure I'll see them around again as well. Shout out to my boy Randy, of course. If you're in Colorado, you got to go to Hall of Justice Comics, great comic book store. So they're fantastic. And Randy just sells on the side a couple times a year. Randy's the man. Who else am I forgetting? I think that's it. That's it. So thanks for watching, everybody. We got Heroes Con coming in 2 weeks. I am selling a bunch of stuff on eBay right now to try to have as much money as I can to go to that. I'm kind of scared. I'm a little bit scared, but I have some big books I want to get, big books for me. So I'm going to try to be very smart about what I'm doing, and then get lots of autographs and participate in that. Hopefully see some of you all out there. Please say hi to me if you see me, because I really enjoyed someone saying hi to me. I like meeting people. I'm very approachable. So please say hi. Anyway, peace out. We'll talk to you later.